What's the one thing I love almost as much as I love queer female singer-songwriters? That's right, Twitter drama. Hello, citizens of Stinktopia. God, my chair is very not comfortable. Anyways, so yes, as the intro suggests, today we're talking about some Twitter drama I found yesterday, I think. And I just want to talk about it. It's not important, um, but I think it's kind of funny. Also, I'm recording this the 5th of July, so yesterday was the 4th. If you celebrate, loser, who actually celebrates the 4th of July? I don't. Um, yeah. Also, I'm kidding. If you celebrate the 4th of July, that is not here nor there, and I frankly do not care. But I hope you had a good day. And if you're normal like me and just had a normal day where your mom and stepdad happened to be home, I hope that day was fantastic too. Also, I think my camera is crooked. So, whoops. But yeah, let's just get into the Twitter drama that I was talking about. So, it all starts with this tweet. User Troy Mees, I think that's how you pronounce his name, tweeted a picture and then, text above, as one does on Twitter. I don't have to explain how Twitter works to you. You're not stupid. He said, quote, three paragraphs to yell at me over one singular chicken finger at 6 a.m. I can't make this shit up. LMFAO. The message reads, I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I don't appreciate you guys eating my food that I kept specifically in my room so that it wouldn't be eaten. Please replace my chicken tenders that I got from the canteen that were eaten. I won't mention this to anyone else because it's not necessary. I expected to eat them after being out, and now I can't. Which, look, I've never lived with a roommate. Thus, so far, that it's changing relatively soon, but I have had 3 siblings, all older than me, that I've lived with. So, I know what it's like to live with people. First of all, that's not really 3 paragraphs. It was just sentences broken up. None of them make a full paragraph. Like, together, it's a full paragraph. But, yeah, none of it was a paragraph. So I don't know what that was about. Reading comprehension on Twitter is getting a little bit. But yeah, let's just talk about that tweet first, the main tweet. Yeah, if you go in to someone else's room where they had to put their food specifically so other people wouldn't eat it, and you went in there like a little grubby rat and took their food, you're just a dick. Like, I don't know what to say to that. It would have been different if he just asked. And first of all, I'm assuming these are grown people, college age grown adults. What are you doing eating other people's food? I don't get it. Was there nothing in the kitchen and you had to resort to finding your way into your roommate's room and devouring their chicken tenders? Also, it says singular chicken finger. Who eats a singular chicken finger? If you're gonna eat your roommate's food, just eat all of it at that point. If you're gonna eat one of the item. But yeah, I think the original poster is in fault here, obviously. Because who, in their right mind, especially without asking, just goes into their roommate's room and eats food? Also, my question is, did he know that his roommate kept chicken tenders in his room, or did he go into this roommate's room and search for food possibly being there? Neither of those situations is correct. Like, neither of them make him in the right. But one of them's a little weirder than the other one, and I think it might be the latter. But yeah, and then he replied to his own tweet. People in the quotes trying to cancel me over a chicken tender now. Which, we'll get to some of the quote tweets and replies. But it's basically people all just saying, like, if you were my roommate, this wouldn't fly. Like, normal people don't do this. Which, yeah. Not even my siblings do this, okay? Like, if you have siblings, you aren't always on the best foot, right? And sometimes, you know what, they will eat your food. But if you have your own food and you say it's your own food and it's known, my siblings wouldn't eat it. I guess unless, like, you really pissed me off, but at that point. The guy posting Troy in the wrong. I've never trusted a man named Troy. So that is continuing. So let's get into some of these replies and quote tweets. One of the replies says, I really hope you get that weird illness that people get when they eat other people's food. What am I thinking of? Oh, mono or infectious mononucleosis. Which I think is wild to just wish an illness upon someone. But honestly, yeah. Hypothetical situation. Me in a couple months, moving into my apartment. My good friend and roommate, if they came into my room, well, first of all, I'm not going to be storing, like, actual food in my room, but let's pretend I bring in a fridge into my room, right? I take my mini fridge from my dorm last year and shove it into my room in the apartment. They come into my room, rummage through that. I have a chicken tender. Well, I guess it would have to be a vegan chicken tender. But I have food, they eat it. Now, there's only 2 of us living in that apartment. So, first of all, I would know it was her. And second of all, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what? Would I tell her I wish she would get an illness? Honestly, maybe. That is kind of the relationship that we have, but that's not here nor there. And then the tweet under that, why would you even go into their room? Sorry, you were in the wrong. Which, yeah, that is the majority of what people are saying. Basically, just you went into someone else's room and just ate something of theirs. So yeah. Also, this tweet, I found it, and it is getting to a point I said earlier about the 3 paragraphs. 3 paragraphs, and it's only 4 sentences. People on Twitter really are just allergic to reading. Also, maybe don't go into people's room and don't eat their food. Which, like I said, that's the main consensus of Twitter right now. Which I do think it's funny. Because that's not... The text that this guy got sent is not long at all. I've been sent longer texts about more minuscule things. So, I don't know why he said 3 paragraphs. I literally think it's just because the text is broken up. And that's it. And that makes a paragraph. I would know. Yeah, I feel like this is one of the first times I've seen Twitter really come together and all be on one side. This one reads, oh, handsome Bigfoot lawyer. I gotta contact this guy later. I love that the texter made sure to add, like, and don't worry, we can keep this between us. I won't tell everyone you're a bad housemate. And this guy went, I'll tell the world what a bad housemate I am. Which, true. If I got into an argument like this, not even an argument, but if I got into a kerfuffle, I feel like I used that word in the last video. That's just becoming part of my vocabulary while recording now, because I don't use that in my everyday life. But yeah, I feel like if I was in this situation, I would not advertise it to the world that I'm a horrible roommate who goes into my roommate's room and eats their food. I would have kept it between us, and I would have been like, I'm sorry, I'm a horrible, degenerate, vile person for eating your food. Also, I'm vegetarian, so I wouldn't, well, I'm pescatarian. I'm pescatarian, so I wouldn't just be eating random chicken tenders I find. So maybe that's how we solve this. The last screenshot I have is, you're dead wrong, but I do need more details. Like, did you know the chicken tender was already in his room, or did the pang of your growling stomach wake you up in the dead of night, and you followed the scent of the chicken tender like a cartoon character following the scent of a pie? Which really just, that tweet spoke to me. As it may or may not be known to viewers, I love cartoons, right? I'm a grown woman who loves cartoons, and it's okay. We're here. But that's also a point I was getting at earlier. Like, did he know the chicken tender was in there, or did he just guess? Like, what is the situation? I really want to imagine, like, a grown-ass man waking up in the middle of the night, vaguely smelling a chicken tender in his roommate's room, and just, like, going after it. You know, following the scent around the apartment, like a bloodhound. That's what I would like to imagine happened. But I think, like I said earlier, this is one of the few times I've seen Twitter drama where everyone's on the same side besides the original poster. Well, actually, oh my god, I have the hiccups. I'm gonna go on Twitter right now and see if there have been any updates. Why is Chernobyl trending in the United States? That's, you know what, I'm not gonna look at that. So he posted some of the DMs he got. Oh, he stole a second finger. He has another chicken tender. Oh my god. Okay, he's kind of just talking about how he's, like, famous over this now, which is kind of annoying. But, wait, I have to screenshot this. I'll do that later. The DMs that he's trying to get, I don't know if I can read any of these out loud. But I'll just post the screenshot. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't want to say that's funny, but it's funny that it's over a chicken tender. Do I think Mr. Troy was in the wrong? Absolutely. But I do also feel like sometimes people on Twitter do take things a bit seriously. But, I mean, if this progresses any more that I see, and it becomes, like, worse, maybe I'll do a little update video on this. But I just thought this was funny, and I wanted to just talk about it. Obviously, I am not on Troy's side. What he did was unexcusable. Don't eat other people's chicken tenders. Especially the ones that they kept hiding in their room. That's a special chicken tender. But yeah, that's it. Don't eat other people's chicken tenders.